Hey, Patriots fans, welcome back to another exclusive update here on the channel. The New England Patriots might not have shocked anyone during the trade deadline, but there's still plenty to unpack when it comes to what's really going on behind the scenes, what moves were discussed, and what signings could still happen before the end of the season. So buckle up, because today we're diving into the latest buzz from Foxborough and talking about the realistic free agent options that could still give this team some extra firepower heading into the final stretch. Let's start with the obvious. The Patriots made no trades. Not one. And honestly, were any of us truly surprised? This has been their identity for years. They rarely make mid-season deals. They prefer to stay quiet and trust the roster they've built. Head coach Mike Vrabel even joked about it, saying that trade talks are like being pregnant. You either are or you aren't. That's classic Vrabel humor, but it also says a lot about the mindset inside the organization. They made phone calls, sure. They did their homework. But at the end of the day, they looked at their locker room and decided to ride with what they have. That's the Patriots way. Still, it doesn't mean nothing's happening. On Tuesday, while fans were expecting big trade news, the team quietly made a signing that grabbed attention for a different reason. Brennan Rice, the son of NFL legend Jerry Rice. The young wide receiver from USC joined the Patriots practice squad. Standing at 6'3" and weighing around 210 pounds, he's a big-bodied receiver who played alongside Caleb Williams in college. Now, before anyone gets too excited, it's important to note that this move seems to be more about depth and practice reps than a full promotion. With Kayshon Boutte dealing with a lingering hamstring issue and missing practice on both Wednesday and Thursday, the Patriots simply needed an extra body for the scout team. Rice had already worked out with the Patriots earlier this year, so the connection was there. It makes sense to bring him in temporarily while injuries are being managed. But don't expect him to suddenly climb the depth chart or start catching passes from Drake this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Most likely, the main targets will still be Matt Collins and Kyle Williams, with Efton Chisholm contributing primarily on special teams. This is how the Patriots operate. They plug holes quietly, make sure they have enough guys to practice efficiently, and keep the bigger moves close to the chest. Now, when it comes to the trade rumors, there are definitely talks across the league that caught the Patriots' attention. Multiple AFC teams reportedly reached out to the New York Jets, who were in full fire sale mode, exploring deals for key players like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. Of course, those trades didn't happen, mostly because the Jets weren't willing to strengthen their division rivals. But that doesn't mean the Patriots weren't interested. Reports surfaced that New England was exploring options to bring in a running back, which makes total sense given the injuries in the backfield and the need for more consistency in the run game. The truth is, this team knows improvement is needed on offense. The running game has had flashes of brilliance, especially with Tavon Henderson showing promise, but there's still that missing element of power, that thunder to match the lightning. It's no surprise that the Patriots were exploring potential moves for someone like Breece Hall, or at least a veteran running back who could balance out the offense. They didn't pull the trigger, but it does show that the front office recognizes what's missing. So that brings us to the next big question. If the trade deadline is over, what's next? Free agency. There's still plenty of familiar names floating around out there, and the Patriots have a history of waiting for the right time to strike. One name that's been floating around is Justin Simmons, a veteran safety who could add valuable experience to a young secondary. He's 30 years old now, hasn't played this season yet, but he's proven to be reliable in the past. With over 60 tackles per year in each of his last 4 seasons, and the kind of leadership that can stabilize a defense, he could fit right into the Patriots culture. The current safety group, with guys like Craig Woodson and Jalen Hawkins, has been holding its own, and Hawkins' one-handed interception against Cleveland is still replaying in fans' minds. But beyond those starters, the depth gets thin. Del Pettis and John Saunders Jr. are still finding their footing, and while Saunders was recently signed off the practice squad, there's room for more veteran presence. Simmons could be that voice in the locker room who helps keep the young core steady, especially if the team makes a deeper push later in the season. It's the kind of move that would feel very Patriots. A low-cost, high-upside signing of a proven veteran who still has enough gas in the tank to contribute situationally. And New England has done this before. bringing in seasoned players late in the season to add depth without disrupting chemistry. It's smart, calculated, and exactly the kind of thinking that's kept the Patriots competitive even in transition years. Then there's the question of running backs still available. Fans love to speculate about names like Jamal Williams or Gus Edwards, and it's easy to see why. Jamal Williams, in particular, was once a fan favorite when he tore up defenses for the Detroit Lions, especially during that incredible 1,000-yard, 17-touchdown season a few years ago. But let's be honest, that was then. He's now 32 years old, hasn't played this season, and his numbers have dropped significantly since moving to New Orleans. The energy and leadership are still there, but the production just isn't what it used to be. For many fans, the idea of bringing in another veteran back might sound appealing, but history tells us to be cautious. Remember Steven Jackson back in 2015? The Patriots brought him in late in the season, hoping for one last spark. He ended up playing a couple of games, even in the AFC Championship, but it was clear his prime was long gone. That's the danger of signing an aging running back. Sometimes nostalgia overshadows reality. That's why sticking with what they have might be the better move. Terrell Jennings has been gaining confidence each week, showing versatility as both a special teams contributor and a capable runner. He's not the flashiest player on the field, but he runs hard, finishes his plays, and has earned the trust of his coaches. And honestly, in this system, reliability often matters more than star power. The Patriots are 7-2, a record that reflects not just talent, but discipline. They've done it their way. Steady, no-panic moves, trusting development. The fans might crave that blockbuster signing or trade, but the Patriots front office seems content staying the course, tweaking around the edges instead of blowing things up. And in a season where consistency could be the key to playoff success, that patience might pay off in a big way. When you take a step back and really look at where this team is right now, it's clear that the Patriots are building something quietly but steadily. There's no panic in Foxborough, and that says a lot about the culture. The leadership trusts the process, trusts the system, and believes that the players on this roster can get the job done without having to bring in big names from the outside. That might not always make headlines, but it's the kind of approach that builds long-term success. And you can feel it in the locker room. These players have chemistry. They play for each other, and you can see that every Sunday. Now, even though fans love to speculate about free agents and potential trades, the truth is the Patriots already have answers on a roster. Take someone like Braden Swinson, for example. The rookie edge rusher out of LSU might not be a household name yet, but he's been making noise in practice. Coaches have been praising his energy and work ethic since training camp. He didn't make the initial 53-man roster, but that doesn't mean he's out of the picture. This team loves to develop talent internally, and Swinson could easily be the next man up if they need help rushing the passer. Instead of going out and signing a veteran like Shaquille Barrett, who's clearly past his prime, why not give a young guy the chance to prove himself? It's moves like that which often pay off down the road. Speaking of veterans, let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. for a second. His name always finds a way to sneak into the conversation whenever people discuss wide receiver options, and honestly, it's understandable. When Odell is healthy, he's electric. We all remember those highlight reel catches back in his Giants days. But time has caught up with him. Injuries have slowed him down, and his recent numbers show it. 9 catches, 55 yards last season. That's not the same Odell Beckham Jr. we used to see dominate defenses. Add in a suspension for performance-enhancing drugs and a series of setbacks, and it's fair to question whether he has anything left to give. For the Patriots, signing a player like that just doesn't make sense right now. They're already dealing with injuries at wide receiver, but it's not desperate. Kayshon Boutte is recovering from that grade 1 hamstring strain and could be back soon. He's young, talented, and has shown flashes of becoming a real playmaker once he gets healthy again. According to his own update on Discord, he's been working hard and expects to return soon, possibly as early as next week's Thursday night football game against the Jets. That's good news for everyone who's been waiting to see him back in action. The last thing this team needs is to bring in a veteran who might disrupt that development. If there's one thing this coaching staff values, it's loyalty to their system. They don't rush to sign names just for the hype. They evaluate, they plan, and they execute when it truly makes sense. That's been the formula for decades. Remember, the Patriots have won in the past, not because they chased every free agent, but because they built from within, developed players, and trusted the next man up mentality. That mindset is still alive, even with all the new faces around. And the team's record proves it. Sitting at 7 wins and only 2 losses, the Patriots have managed to combine youth with experience in a way that's keeping them competitive in one of the toughest divisions in football. The chemistry on defense has been outstanding. Guys like Jalen Hawkins and Craig Woodson have stepped up big time, flying around the field and making plays that shift momentum. The energy is contagious, and even younger players like John Saunders Jr. have been feeding off it, trying to earn their place every snap. On offense, the story is still developing. Drake Maye continues to show growth with every game, learning how to handle pressure, make smart reads, and keep his composure even when things get chaotic. The offensive line has had its struggles, but they're improving, finding better communication and balance as the season progresses. Tavon Henderson continues to flash potential out of the backfield, giving the Patriots that spark when the ground game gets going. He's fast, he's confident, and he's not afraid to hit the holes hard. Pair that with a healthy Rondre Stevenson returning soon, and suddenly the Patriots' backfield looks a lot more dangerous than it did a few weeks ago. The real question now isn't whether the Patriots will sign someone, it's whether they even need to. With a full 53-man roster and a group of young players who keep stepping up, there's a real argument to be made that the team should just stay the course. No need to rush into deals or panic signings. Let the guys who earn their spots keep proving themselves. That's how you build a sustainable team culture. What's really exciting is how this Patriots squad feels different. There's a sense of resilience that you can't fake. Every game, no matter the opponent, they find ways to stay in it. Whether it's the defense creating turnovers or the offense grinding out tough yards, the effort is always there. And that's why it's hard not to believe in what this team is doing. They might not be perfect, but they're disciplined, they're unified, and they're hungry. As the season heads into its back half, the Patriots are in a position that most teams would envy. They're winning games, staying healthy for the most part, and keeping the locker room focused. The front office might still keep an eye on the free agent market just in case the right opportunity appears. But for now, the message is clear: they like this team. They believe in this roster. And with that belief, anything is possible as the road to the playoffs begins to take shape. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Could Drake maybe closing the door on the New England Patriots before it even opens? That's the latest buzz circling the NFL, and it's sending shockwaves through fans and analysts alike. The North Carolina quarterback, whose talent has been turning heads since his college days, reportedly sent a clear, some might say blunt, message to the Patriots front office. If he's coming back, then you don't need me. The statement, made during what insiders describe as a candid interview, has ignited speculation that Maye is considering options beyond the historic franchise. Patriots fans, accustomed to dramatic twists under Bill Belichick, are now left wondering if their interest in the young quarterback might be rebuffed before it fully materializes. The context, however, is as intriguing as the comment itself. Sources close to Maye hint that his remark was not just a reactionary quip, but a reflection of his desire to play for a team that fully commits to him as a franchise quarterback. Over the past season, Maye's development has been nothing short of impressive. Known for his poise in the pocket, precise arm, and a knack for making plays under pressure, he has quickly climbed draft boards and sparked conversations among NFL scouts about his long-term potential. Yet, the Patriots have a quarterback situation that has been in flux, and Maye's public declaration, if indeed directed at them, might signal impatience with a team that historically moves cautiously in acquiring young quarterbacks. The rumor mill is now spinning. Could this be a subtle power move by Maye to signal that he won't be a backup or transitional piece? Or is it just the kind of cryptic comment athletes make that is endlessly dissected by fans and pundits alike? Either way, social media has exploded with reactions, ranging from excitement over a potential blockbuster signing to skepticism about Maye's readiness to make waves in the NFL immediately. If the Patriots truly want Maye, insiders suggest they might need to move fast because the quarterback's market value is rising rapidly. Analysts speculate that teams looking for a dynamic, young signal caller might now see a new opening if Maye stays true to his words. Meanwhile, the burbling question persists. Is this a genuine rebuff, a negotiating tactic, or just another chapter in the high-stakes drama that is NFL quarterback speculation? One thing is certain. The next move Maye makes, or doesn't make, will dominate headlines and keep fans guessing for weeks to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.